Top three in hip hop is a tough argument, but it all come down to five names. KRS-One, Big L, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, and honestly, Proof, if it were real. If he got credit for every lyric he wrote for Marshall Mathers, also known as Eminem, because the rap record that Eminem has solely belongs to Proof, who wrote it and taught Marshall how to perform it. Can you imagine being one of the dopest black rappers ever and you invented the hottest white boy rapper and sold it? Like, imagine that. He was able to pull that off. Proof invented Slim Shady, and Marshall never gave him credit. Did you listen to the new music? It sounds like what Teletubbies would sound like if they used words. Oh, wow. It's trash.
She's at it again.
Chill. Stick dog. Baby. It's Mr. Madness, baby. Marbury. Dick Jones. And now they call me Fire.
So, Jaguar Wright, she does it again, and she's got everybody talking about this idea that, you know, Eminem has a ghostwriter. I did a video when she first made these claims, but now she has doubled and tripled down.
I love nature. I love what it teaches. Quiet, strong wisdom. There's a saying that if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? That's a logic I could apply to a lot of things, especially when it comes to hip hop and the accuracy of the records of the MCs that should be record holders legitimately. People keep saying I'm a liar. A lot of people believe me more now than they ever did before. This is what's real. People keep asking, why doesn't she get sued? I'm going to test that theory right now. Marshall Mathers, I charge you with plagiarism. I charge you with betrayal. And I charge you with the sacrifice of our friend. Proof. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Proof. Sue me.
And so this is getting people to where they're asking constantly, okay, so what, did Proof write this or did he write that? And where was he at on that? What about now? And one point I want to make, why is it hard for people to fathom that Eminem has had help? Like, why is that such a hard thing to grasp for people and stuff? As if like we don't understand. And I know different channels, different creators, me, I've spoke on it. Like, we all understand how this music industry works, and nothing is exactly what it may seem. So in knowing that, why is it so hard specifically to imagine that Eminem has had some help along the way, especially when it's so obvious? Now, this doesn't take away from the fact that Eminem is a phenomenal rapper, and I think this is what people are confusing. But in order for him to be Eminem and reach the heights and the level of acceptance and all that he's reached, that comes because certain things were put in place in order for him to reach that level of success. You got to understand, they've tried the whole white rapper thing numerous times. Their biggest success in a way before Eminem was Vanilla Ice. But at that time, you had the MC Hammer image to kind of go off of. And then that was the idea of a top rapper. So they packaged Vanilla Ice like a white hammer. It makes sense for the time. But moving forward, then what do? Because even that didn't work totally the way that they would have wanted to. So moving forward, what do? How do you get a white rapper over and be able to make him the face of yet another culture that don't belong to white people? Well, then you got to have certain things in play. And the main thing that they did was they made sure that he was co-signed, backed, and stamped approved by black artists out the gate. His background, everybody around him is a black artist. So out the gate, he already has the pass. What better way to emphasize this or like drive it home is you have Dr. Dre, who for whatever reason is looked at as the biggest staple of gangster rap. You have his cosign, his production, and everything. Bam, there you go. Then you have Proof and his guys and his different groups and his boy Royce 5'9". And like it would be crazy to think that these cats didn't write for him or give him ideas or I don't know. I just think like it's crazy. Like we can believe almost everything Jaguar Wright has said over the years, or parts of it, or pick and choose. But then if you say anything about Eminem, it's just like, oh wow. And regardless, I don't know. I've been privy to like little information and stuff and everything, and it's like Eminem's story even isn't exactly what people thought it was him coming out of the gate. He's been around the industry and all that long before, the whole Dr. Dre co-sign. And he's pretty much like rapping in a sense, like in a way that he does. But he didn't take off until the Dre co-sign. So like people got to understand that like it's a lot of things, especially in hip hop and a culture that's predominantly black and brown. To get a white boy over to that magnitude, yeah, it's gonna take a lot to even make it believable, to make it acceptable, and all that. And so I just don't get why, whenever Jag points this out, it's uproar. Then come to think, people's biggest argument is, okay, well, Proof is dead, so what about now? Well, if you're asking me, I mean, I'm not one of the biggest Eminem fans, but just being honest, Eminem's music, or I would say his albums, haven't been the same since Proof died as far as quality and what he's putting out. Like he shows and he displays that he can rap a ton, but then even then, who's to say that he doesn't have help? Almost all these people, in order to put out the material that they put out and do the things that they do, a lot of the time they have help in the background and people that will never be credited or given the limelight. But his music has not been good since Proof. And I'd argue that he hasn't really had anything really that dope since Marshall Mathers LP. A couple of songs here and there, a couple of raps to make you say wow. But like outside of that, I think the whole Eminem thing phased out 20 years ago. Shit, I can't, yeah, about 20 years ago. Like it was hot when it was hot. And then after that, we just kind of been forced and like pushed into putting him in this upper echelon. He's white. Naturally, that comes with the white fan base. So that's going to push everything to the top. You got a large section of people that are just going to listen to anything Eminem puts out. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Another thing that Jaguar touches on allegedly that, between Eminem and Proof was that, for his help of helping Eminem get on, then there was supposed to be a return or, some way like where he gets control of some label or artists or just something like that. And then that never came to pass. And then he ends up, unfortunately killed outside of a club. I don't understand again how when we get to Eminem that we're not able to think like, like I wonder, like we're quick to throw the Illuminati tag on every black artist that pops up. We buy into all these stories and allegations and stuff, but then when it comes to Eminem, it's just like, oh, it can't be, and it absolutely could be. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, she's right or whatever. I don't know, but it's like, why is it hard to believe or even hard to fathom? I mean, I think you should take everything with a grain of salt. But then again, you got to ask yourself a question. You got to look at certain things and stuff like, why is Eminem revered such the way that he is? Why is he allowed to get away with certain things like dissing certain rappers and doing it in the time frame that he does it? Why does he appear to be cancel proof? Like a lot of that stuff, man. And I mean, I will boldly say, like, Eminem, he is great in his own right, but he's not the top. He's just not. Like, he's not the top. I don't have Eminem top 20, 25, dude. And I think people are so caught up in the fact that he's white and that he raps very well for being white that we don't put anything in perspective. Now, white people, I expect Eminem to be your GOAT as everything. White people support anything that comes from them. And then that's why white people kind of rule at the top of shit right now because they support their own. I wouldn't expect a white person to give me any other rapper in their top 5 but Eminem. But in reality, when you're talking about just, the skill and just the pure art of being able to do this, man, I just don't have him top 25. I seen a post earlier. Let's see, name a rapper that has outshined Eminem on a song, on a feature. And it's like, dude, it's several. And then you could break them down from Exhibit to Busta Rhymes, Black Thought. Like, there's a lot of, there's rappers that because they don't have the visual, they would never get the same nod as Eminem. Proof was like that, and Proof was dope. So it's like, how's it hard to believe that Proof wasn't helping write rhymes and do anything and help package Eminem the way that he was? Because be honest, you wouldn't buy Proof. Proof doesn't have the same marketability, and that's what a lot of it comes down to in the industry. So it's not far-fetched to believe that a black artist, because I'm pretty sure we've heard this type of story before, a black artist will be the voice, the writer, the performer behind the scenes and all that. And then the face that they put out is the white image that they want to put out. Like, that's typical music industry practice. And it wouldn't surprise me, and I already believe it to be true just on my own for what I know, but it wouldn't surprise me if Eminem was the same type deal. But yeah, this is one that'll definitely get people buzzing and stuff. But hey, do it make you think? But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I'm on here giving y'all that grease. And until next time, I'm out. Bye.